Okay, so I had started scrapbooking the first few years of my marriage and when I had my first couple children, but then as life got a little bit more complicated and a little busier with more children coming along, I really just didn't have the time to continue scrapbooking, but I had enjoyed it so much and I missed it. A friend of mine introduced me to Heritage Makers in 2006, and I realized that this was the solution to my photo problem. I was able with Heritage Makers to pop on the computer and make these gorgeous storybooks and do it in just a very, very short period of time. So I became addicted to the product, and I started making all sorts of different products on Heritage Makers for my own home and as gifts for family and friends. I decided to become a consultant in 2010, and it was honestly one of the best decisions I have ever made. I love this company. I love our products. I love the mission of this company, and it is just a wonderful thing for me to be able to go out and share Heritage Makers. I just realized my screen wasn't advancing. I'm so sorry. There is my family, and now you can see them. I'm so sorry about that. I'm new at these virtual workshops. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of background on Heritage Makers, this company was started by a girl named Candy May and her mom, Sharon Murdoch. They wanted to write the story and tell the story of Candy May's great-grandpa. She knew that he was a hero to her, and she wanted other children in the family, especially her own children, to know about Grandpa Wozni and know the story of his life and how important and how special that he was. So she got together with her mom, Sharon Murdoch, and they put together this wonderful company. And Heritage Makers now is 7 years old, and when the company started, we only had a few products, but now, as you will see throughout the next 45 minutes or so, our product line has grown immensely, and it has become an amazing company. But the heart of the company is the same, to tell your family stories and to get those stories in books, beautiful books, that can be passed down for a lifetime. So that's a little bit about us. I want you to think about your situation at home. Where are your photos? Most of the time when I ask people what they do with their photos, they currently say absolutely nothing. They say they are stuck on my computer or they are stuck on my phone. It's interesting that even 10 years ago, we had an entirely different situation and an entirely different photo problem. As you see in the top picture there, we used to take tons of photos and print them all out. We would spend money going to the drugstore down the street, and we would print out our photos and pop them in photo albums, just normal photo albums, or we would put them in the shoe boxes, and they would be stuck underneath our beds. Now it's a different sort of thing. They're just all digitally stuck, but they're still stuck. They are stuck in our computers. They are stuck on our phones. And that is not a very exciting way to enjoy your photos. What would happen if that technology went away? If you could not get your photos off your computer, if you could not get them off your phone, they would be lost. And the story by itself, the photo by itself, excuse me, doesn't tell the story. The stories are what makes our photos so important. If you just look at a photo and you don't know the story behind it, it is not as special. So all of us have a photo problem, and we're going to show you how Heritage Makers can really be the answer to your photo dilemma. So Heritage Makers has created an amazing studio, and our publishing process is what you can see on this page. Number one, you can get a studio account. Heritage Makers is an online studio. There's no software to purchase whatsoever. It can be accessed from any computer that has internet access, Mac or PC. So your first step is to get a studio account and upload your pictures. It's as easy as uploading your pictures to Facebook, and you can organize them and archive them right there. Heritage Makers is also a photo archival spot. Your photos are safe and secure with us. They are password protected. We will not sell your photos. We will not delete them. You can get them back at their full resolution. We are an archival photo spot. So step 2, it is time to create a project, and you can choose to either start with a template, which means a project that somebody else has designed and you can just customize, or you can start from scratch. You can choose. But the great thing about our template gallery is that each and every template that we have can be 100% customized. You are not stuck to anything at all that you see on a template. And I'm going to show you that when we pop in studio in a few minutes. But we have over 10,000 templates now, and they are heartfelt works of art created by other people that have made those projects for people that they love. They are not cold templates created by a designer. And that is one of the things that makes Heritage Makers so unique, is the fact that our templates will just almost bring you to tears as you're looking through our template gallery, because they just make you think that these are the things that you want to get in the hands of your kids. So that's step 2. Step 3, you just customize it with your photos, our art, and text. And then step number 4, when you are ready to publish, you click Publish. The company prints your product, whatever it is, and sends it to your door, usually within a week to 10 days. So it's quick and easy. So what is next? We have 2 different kinds of studio accounts. We have a basic account that is absolutely free. Anyone can go on our website and open a free basic account. That account, though, only gives you access to a smaller amount of digital art and a smaller number of templates. What everybody always wants is our Premier account. Our Premier account comes with over 100,000 pieces of digital art in there. It is literally like owning a scrapbook store. You have an entirely huge, unimaginable collection of art to fit any whimsy, any style, anything. And it grows every month, which is the exciting thing. They add new art every month. And we have over 10,000 templates as well with our Premier account. Now, in the past, the company charged us $19.95 a month just to have access to that Premier account. But now you can have that kind of an account absolutely free when you are part of our Club HM, which is a savings club. You should never have to pay money to have a Premier account. With Club HM, you are saving money and getting that for absolutely free. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So this is what our website looks like when you go to heritagemakers.com. You can see on the left, if you already have an account, that is where you would log in. If a consultant has opened an account for you and you need to activate it, you can see that right there in the middle of the screen. Or down there at the bottom, if you're someone who has never had an account with us, you can click the green Create Account button to get started. So now what we're going to do is just take a few minutes, and we are just going to digitally go through our little catalog, which we like to call our idea book, so that I can just sort of give you an overview of the different kinds of products that Heritage Makers has to offer and some of the different things that you can do with them. Our most popular products are our storybooks. As you saw in that one of the very first slides, a storybook was the very first product that Heritage Makers had ever made, and it is still our most popular product today. But now we have expanded our line of storybooks, and we have lots and lots of different sizes. You can see there down there on the bottom, there's 5 by 5, 7 by 5, 7.5 by 11, 8 by 8, which is the most popular, 11.5 by 8.5, and 12 by 12, which is also a pretty popular size. We have a legacy story that is leather bound. It's great for weddings and just things that you want in a really special storybook. We have an 8 by 8 soft-bound storybook, which is ideal for children. And then we have little swatch books, flip books, and wire-bound books as well, which are great gifts. Our storybooks have 21 customizable pages, and you can expand them up to 99 pages. So it is a great product and super fun and easy to make. On the next side of the page, you can see we do have some digital scrapbooking options for people that sort of like to combine traditional scrapbooking with digital scrapbooking. You can actually design on Heritage Makers your own post-bound album, and you can see one in there on the picture, and it's down there on the table. So you design the front and the back, and then it comes with those plastic sleeves that then later, when you design your 12 by 12 pages, you can just slide your 12 by 12 pages down in those plastic sleeves. So you can design your 12 by 12 pages right on Heritage Makers and just get them sent to you as you finish them and continue your album that way if you don't want to do a hardbound storybook where it's all bound together. You can make 8 by 8, 8.5 by 11, and 12 by 12 individual scrapbook pages. We also have double-sided scrapbook pages and a scrap page that's lighter weight, which is really great for paper crafts. A lot of the crafty things that you'll see in our catalog are done using our 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. So I want to take a moment and show you some of my favorite books that I have made personally. If I was doing a live workshop with you, I would have these to pass around, and those of you who are at the convention may have picked up these books and looked at them. But What It Means to Be a Write, up there on the top left, is an 8 by 8 hardbound storybook that I did, and I took the letters of our last name, W-R-I-G-H-T, and I have a page and sometimes a couple pages for each letter to tell my kids what it means to be part of our family. So as you can see, W is for worshiper. I want them to read this book and know what it means to be part of our family and what is important for us. R is relationships. We are a family that really puts a lot of importance on our relationships with each other. H is for homeschool, and I have some Bible verses right on there. I have the children memorize the Bible verses that are in this book, and each child also has their own page towards the back of this book that has their life verse on it as well. And my kids read this book all the time, and they have learned these verses, and they have learned what it means to be part of our family. This is an 11.5 by 11.5 by 8.5 hardbound storybook that I made about 1.5 years ago for my 12-year-old daughter. We were having that difficult time of life together when she was going through lots of changes and she was very emotional, and we just had some really, really hard days. And I made her this book just to let her know in a tangible way how much she is loved and how important she is to us, because I could say it until I was blue in the face, but when she was having a rough time, it didn't really matter. So this was something that I was able to hand to her and say, go in your room and read some of your book. So this book is filled with letters from me, pictures of us, and my favorite thing in this book is I had trusted women in her life, grandmas and aunts and other women that she knows that are important to her. I had them all write her letters, and then I copied and pasted them into her book. And all these letters tell her how much she is loved, how special she is, how talented she is. They tell her about growing up and how to trust in the Lord and just what is important and how special she is to all of us. And that book just really made a difference in her life. This, on the next page here, is one of my 8 by 8 softbound storybooks that I told you is great for kids. I made this one for my 3-year-old, and this is her little version of the Who Loves Me book, and she reads through this book all the time. In fact, this book is taped together in real life because she has ripped the pages, she has colored on it, because she loves it so much. But that is another thing I love about Heritage Makers. They save all of your projects. They are archived on the system the same way your photos are archived on the system. So if at any time you need another copy of something that you have created, you can get another copy. So I could just get another one printed whenever I want. And Heritage Makers also has an heirloom guarantee, which means that because my book is damaged, even though it's my child's fault, I could send that book back and get another one at a deep, deep discount. And I love that because I make these books for my kids to read, for them to love, to be important to them. I don't want them just to be stuck on the shelf as something that they're not allowed to look at and to play with. So this book has meant a lot to her. She calls it my book, and she just thinks she is so special because she's all through it. Some more products now on the next page. Heritage Makers has an awesome collection of greeting cards. And this is something that is sort of a lost art in our society. We don't send letters in the mail very much anymore. We don't send people cards. And Heritage Makers wants to change that. They want to make it easy for you to send someone a card that needs to hear from you. So think about who would need to hear from you. Who could you send something to that would brighten their day? If you have gone into a store in the last year or two and picked up a greeting card, you have probably seen how the cost of a greeting card has gone up so tremendously. You can spend $5 to $8 on a normal greeting card. And when somebody gets that card, what are they usually going to do with it? They're probably going to throw it away. But if you go on Heritage Makers and make them a personalized photo card that you can make for $2, $3, you can send it to them in the mail, and I can promise you they are not going to throw that card in the trash. That is going to be one of the most special cards that they've ever received. And the great thing is that you can actually direct ship most of our cards, which means that you can put your addresses right in our website, and you can send a card right after you design it. Heritage Makers will address the envelope and send it out for you. So when you're doing Christmas cards, when you're doing invitations to a party, when you're doing graduation announcements, wedding announcements, any baby announcements, you can just make your one card and pick who you want to send it to, and Heritage Makers will take care of the rest. It's awesome. So we have 5x5 3-panel cards. We have greeting cards that open up, so there's actually 4 areas that you can design. We have 2 sizes of invitations that are just 2 sides, and then the 4x8 photo card. And I'm going to show you on the next page a couple of my favorite ones that I've made. Then Heritage Makers also has some awesome home decor. We talk here in the idea book about making your home a heritage home and displaying things around your house on your walls that, again, like storybooks, can tell your kids, can tell your family who they are, what is important to you, where they come from, how much they're loved, all those things. So we make it easy for you to design those sorts of things and get them out there. We have 2 sizes of posters, 18 by 24, which is a nice big poster, and then 11 by 14. I love the 11 by 14 poster because it's super inexpensive to make, and I actually have a Pinterest board of things that I just sort of steal. That's probably not a good word, but I copy from Pinterest all those cute little word art things and fun little things for your wall. So I save them on Pinterest, and then I create them in Heritage Makers, and I can make them match my home decor. I can, put my name on them and my kids' names on them and make them for only a couple dollars. And so I'm able to switch out the decorations in my house for every season. I have spring stuff up right now, and I'm working on summer stuff, and whenever there's a holiday, you can pop that stuff up there too. And it just really makes your house an exciting place for your kids when you are sort of changing things out. We have these amazing metal prints, and that's what that picture is up there. It's sort of hard to see in a picture, but the metal prints are amazing, the way the light just shines off of them. Then one of our other very, very popular products is our canvases. You can see there we have lots of different sizes of canvases, 8 by 8, and it goes up to 20 by 24. And actually, since this idea book was printed, we now have a 24 by 36 canvas, and it is awesome. It is huge, and it is gorgeous. And our canvases are called wrapped canvases because when you design it, you design the art on the outside. It wraps around so that you don't need a frame. Excuse my dog making noise here. You don't need a frame. When it comes to you in the mail from Heritage Makers, you can actually just pop it right on your wall. You don't need to put a frame in it or anything. Here are some of my favorite cards that I have made. on Heritage Maker. You can see my Christmas card up here on the top left. Again, I apologize for my dog. This year for Christmas, I made a little slideshow of my family. It went through pictures of us all through the year, all the kids' birthdays, we had a new baby, all that fun stuff. And it's really hard when you're making a Christmas card to decide which few pictures you want to put on your card. So I made the little slideshow and turned that into the QR code that you see on the back of my card so that all the recipients of my Christmas card were able to scan that QR code with the entire slideshow of our year. And we have courses right on our website that teach you how to do that, which is awesome. I'm just going to mute for 1 second and take care of my dog. Hold on 1 second. I am back. Sorry about that, and thanks for understanding the craziness of my house. So that is actually a 4x6 invitation, that card up there on the left. And like I was saying, we have a tutorial right on the Heritage Makers website that shows you step-by-step how you can take anything with a URL, with a web address, and turn it into a QR code, one of those little QR codes for free, and you can put it in your projects, which is awesome for little videos that you take of your kids. For instance, we were at Disney a little bit ago, and I took a video of my kids just having a blast in this fountain, and so I'm able to put that in our family yearbook on that page so that they can watch it. It's just a really neat bit of technology. Down at the bottom, you see a little 5x5 trifold card that I made as a baby announcement where my last little sweetie was born. And then up in the right-hand corner is a 4x6 card, a 4x6 invitation that I use in my Snapshots album. For those of you who are at all familiar in the regular scrapbooking world right now, there is a little bit of a craze going on that they either call Project Life, we call them snapshot stories on Heritage Makers, but what it is instead of designing an entire 2-page layout in your scrapbook, you just design a small little 4x6 or 2.5x3 little snapshot of your life. And so it could maybe just have 1 picture or 2 pictures, something that goes together and tells a little story. So you only have to work in tiny little pieces instead of having to do an entire 2-page layout. And you can see I put a page of an example of what the snapshot stories look like when they're all put together. It's a really neat thing. Here on the next page are some of my favorite canvases that I've made for my walls. Those of you who were at the homeschool convention probably saw these 2 canvases. I made this Why We Homeschool canvas because I have those days quite often when I am pulling out my hair and I'm finding, you know, a pancake in the printer because that has actually happened, and cheese stuck on the walls, and I mean, just crazy things going on, and I wonder, why am I doing this? Why can't I just put them on the bus and everything will be good? So I made this canvas, and it hangs in my schoolroom to remind myself the reasons why we homeschool. And this canvas has saved the day many, many times. And it's also pretty to look at. And then on the right, you see my family rules sign. Again, these were popping up all over Pinterest. And my kids and I decided that it would be a real fun project to sort of design one of these together and personalize it for our family. So we actually, as sort of a group, went through a bunch of the different ones that we saw on the internet, and we picked what we wanted to have our family rules say. So it was a neat project to work on together. And that hangs right in our dining room where we eat. And so the kids are reading this all the time, and these things get in their head all the time. And I love that. I love getting stuff on the walls that tells them those things. So on the next page of the idea book, you're going to see some of our photo gifts. You can make photo mugs. We have a little ornament down there on the bottom left. It's actually metal, and it's two-sided, so you can design both sides. Great for your Christmas tree, but also neat to just, hang on a door. It's like a little plaque. They're really neat. We have iPhone cases. We have expanded our line as well since this idea book. We have iPhone 4, iPhone 5, an iPhone 5 case that is a tough case that has a little more padding to it. We have a Samsung Galaxy case as well, and an HTC. And some of those are they're going to go live in about a week. We also have a playing card deck that you can make, and this is one of my favorite things on our website. When you make a deck of our playing cards, you get 52 cards, and on one side of all 52, it's exactly the same, but then the flip side of the 52, you can make all 52 different. So there's so many different ideas in our template gallery of really neat and creative things you can do with these playing cards. I have made a Match Me game for my kids, sort of like Memory, where it has pictures of people in our family that live all around the United States. And so there's 2 of each so that they actually play it just like they would play the Memory game. There are templates of flashcards, of family history games, all sorts of things. I actually just started doing some flashcards for our school year next year just today. So pop in there and check out some of the neat things as well. I also do my Valentine's with those too. You can make calendars on our site, 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 15. Those are really neat and great for gifts. Then on the next page, we have some home and office products, and we have a wire-bound book and then the booklets, which I think they should change the name and call them magazines, because to me it looks just like a magazine. But there's a small magazine, 6 by 9, and a larger one, 8.5 by 11. You can do address labels, flyers that are double-sided, trifold brochures, and business cards. So lots of different things there. And there's been a lot of creative things done with these too. With address labels, in fact, my mom this year at Christmas, she made a sheet of address labels for each kid, and it had their picture on it, and it was sort of decorated in things that they liked. So when they were looking for their Christmas gifts under the tree, all they had to do was look for the little sticker with their face on it, and that was really fun for them to find themselves. Those address labels also fit right over Hershey Nuggets chocolates, so you can make super cute personalized little party favors if you're having a baby shower or a wedding shower, birthday party, or things like that. You can just design it to go right along with your theme and just stick that right over top of the chocolate. It fits perfectly, and it's really neat. So here are some of my favorite projects that I've done from those sort of things. You can see one of the magazines, the 8.5 by 11 booklet, up there on your left. As a homeschool mom, I have adapted a lot of these different products that Heritage Makers has to my homeschooling, because that's where my brain is a lot of the time. So I took my daughter's writing, all of the creative writing that she did, and I put it all in a magazine, and she just felt like that was the greatest thing, that she was on the magazine and her work was published in the magazine and she could show it to people, and she was so proud of what she did. But it's also a great thing to pop in their portfolios as well. So that is an awesome homeschool project. And on the next page, you can see 2 inside pages of one of the 8.5 by 11 wire-bound booklets that I just made for her this year. And again, what I did was I scanned in some of her drawings that she did for school, and then I copied and pasted things that she had written for school as well from Word documents. And so it's a nice portfolio copy of what she did, and it's very professionally done and just looks amazing. Down here on the bottom, you will see 2 of our bucket bags. Oh, sorry, I said the wrong thing. We just changed the name. We are calling them brag bags now. So we have actually 3 sizes of brag bags now. The one on the left is called the big brag bag, and then just the plain brag bag. And now we are just introducing very soon a bitty brag bag, which is smaller. These bags are gorgeous, as you can see, and make amazing gifts. So as you are thinking about all the different things that you just saw, I want you to think, what kinds of things would you want to make? What could you create all year long? There's calendars, holiday cards, birthday cards, all the home decor that you can think about, holiday decor, yearbooks, invitations to parties, all kinds of things, family canvases, family cookbooks, family games, sports posters. Heritage Makers wants to be your publisher all year long. We know that you don't just need things at Christmas time and at Mother's Day, but you have a need to make personalized things all year long. So we want to be your publisher all year long. And that's why we've developed our Club HM system, to save you money so that you can do that. The next few pages that we are going to go through rather quickly are just pages from our idea book, and these are just showing you some examples of some of the templates that are on our website. Like I said at the beginning, we actually have over 10,000 templates on the website, so obviously we can't really show all of those templates in our little catalog, but this is just to sort of give you a smattering of some of the different things that you could do. But when you go on our template gallery, you can search all different kinds of ways. You can search by keyword, you can search by product type, all different kinds of ways to find what you're looking for in our template gallery. So here's some seasonal things. You can see some fun things for Mother's Day and Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up really soon, and if you pop into Heritage Makers in the next week, you will for sure have your stuff by Father's Day. On the next page, you can see some Easter projects up at the top. There's a canvas on the left, and then you see some fun things that have been crafted. They're sticking out of the Easter basket and the little Easter bucket out of our 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. Like I said, those pages can be designed however you want, and then when you get those pages, you can cut them up and do all sorts of fun, crafty things with them, like putting some adhesive on them, spray adhesive, and putting them on the clear buckets that you can buy at the craft store. Up top in the basket, they were cut in the shape of eggs. All kinds of fun things that you can do. You can decoupage them on tiles. That little banner that says Happy Easter, that is actually made from one of our playing card decks, and then they just hooked them together with ribbon in the middle, and you can stand it on your table. All kinds of fun things. There's a dad's junk food bucket down there on the bottom, which would be great to make for Father's Day. Here on the next page, you can see some patriotic seasonal projects as well. The next page of our idea book has some of our heritage projects. Obviously, these are very important for our company, as that is part of our name, Heritage Makers. The mission of this company is to strengthen home and family through the legacy building power of story. So obviously, to us at Heritage Makers, we feel that it's very important to know your family's heritage, to know who you are, where you came from, and to be able to have these things in tangible books and on your walls that you can enjoy. And so we have a large array of products on our website that will help you do that. They will help you tell your family story. Here on this page is a bunch of greeting cards. We talked about how we have all different sizes of cards, and you can see on this page a bunch of different things, some invitations, birthday cards, all sorts of fun stuff like that. Home decor. On this page, we have a bunch of canvases, and you can see you can do all sorts of things with those. Here are some home and office projects. You can see the wire-bound book there with the letter B on it. You can make certificates, and there's a bunch of business cards down there on the bottom. We are introducing some new options with our business cards. In the next week or so, you will be able to get rounded corners and a matte finish, which is really neat to look at. We have lots of baby templates on our website as well, storybooks, invitations, announcements, canvases, decor for your nursery, all sorts of things. So makes it really easy for a busy mom who just had a new baby to pop on there and get a baby book done. Here are some of our wedding templates. We have a lot of brides that love to use Heritage Makers because we're sort of a one-stop shop to make everything for your wedding all match. You can do your save the date cards, your invitations, you can do labels, canvases, books for parents, books for your sign-in book, your guest book, and then your own wedding album afterwards, and then thank you cards. Children and school, Heritage Makers obviously fits really well in with my homeschooling like I talked about, and there's all kinds of things on the website that gives you more ideas on things to do that have to do with education. Doing yearbooks for schools, but also for your home, do like a family yearbook, little flashcards as you can see, more portfolios and things like that, little lunchbox love notes that you can pop in a kid's lunchbox and let them know how much they're loved during the day. Heritage Makers also has an ever-increasing art collection that has different sports in it for moms and dads to be able to make some really neat projects that feature their little sports stars. So as you can see, there are so many different ideas for every occasion. There's cards and home decor and gifts and things to take you all year long. So now what we want to do is we want to actually go into Studio and see how easy it is. So we are going to actually pop online right now, and hopefully this will pop up. There we go. So there is the login to Heritage Makers, and I'm going to go ahead and just quickly log into my account so you can see. And once you log into your Heritage Makers account, it always opens what they call is your My Studio page, and you will see all of the different projects that you have been working on lately. Up at the top, you will see My Projects and Templates tab. And what we want to do for right now is I'm going to click on that just so you can see that the My Projects and Template tab actually has 3 different areas. It has your projects in progress, which means anything you're currently working on, and you can work on as many projects at once as you want to. I think I have like 9 pages of open projects right now. And then you have your completed projects. Like I said before, Heritage Makers archives all of your projects so that you can go back at any time and reprint them and get more copies made, which is one thing that's great about digital scrapbooking instead of the traditional kind, because when we spent all that time and money to make those traditional scrapbooks, unfortunately, sometimes you only, well, most of the time, you only got one scrapbook when you were done. And it's sort of sad because you put all that work into it. So Heritage Makers allows you to get multiple copies of something. I'm going to click on the My Templates area of my projects here, and you can see some different templates that I have gotten from the template gallery that I have decided that I want to work on. So up on the top part of your screen, you have the template gallery, and I am going to go into the template gallery real quick to show you exactly what that looks like. When you open the template gallery, like I said before, you can search by a keyword. And so since Father's Day is going to come up very soon, I'm going to put Father in here so I can show you really quickly how to work from a template. So it says bow tie Father's Day card. That's kind of cute. So I'm going to look at it. I'm going to click the preview button so that I can look at that little card and see what it looks like. Okay, it is popping up, and it tells me here's the back cover, here's the front cover, we have the inside left and the inside right. So now I've looked at it, and I can decide if that's something that I want to make myself. So if I want to make it, I'm going to click the Details button, and another little window is going to pop up. And I'm going to say, yes, I understand that this particular card requires that I have a Premier membership. And remember, I told you that a Premier membership is something that you should never have to pay for if you are on Club HM. So I'm going to say get this template, and it is going to pop that template that I just chose into my project, into the My Templates area, and then I'm going to click Start My Own, and then it put it in my In Progress area. So to make this my own, I'm going to press Edit, and now we're going to go into the Heritage Maker Studio, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to work from a template. So what I said before was you can choose to work from a template like we're doing now, or if you desire, you can start from scratch. So if you start from scratch, there's a place right there on the website that says Start a New Project. You click on Start a New Project and then Start from Scratch. Then it will show you the different categories of projects that we have, storybooks and things like that, and you would go in there and pick what kind of blank project you want to start. And then it will bring you into Studio. When you open Studio, it has this little design guide all around it that gives you different tips and tricks about using Studio. I like to go through and read that, make sure that I understand everything, and then I usually click up on the design guide button to take that away just because it's too much for me to look at. So here is my template. Over on the right-hand side, you see the thumbnails of the different sides of my card, and the one with the yellow around it is telling me that that is the page that I am on right now. I can switch just by clicking on different ones. When you work with a template, everything is locked. So as I click on these different bow ties on my project, you can see a little red thing goes right around them. That is telling you that that element is locked. And when an element is locked, I can easily swap it out if I want to change it to a different piece of art or a different background. But if I want to entirely get rid of it or move it, what I have to do is unlock it first. So let's say I don't like this one middle bow tie. So I click on it. It's locked. Then I'm going to come over here to my toolbox, and I come to where the lock is. I'm going to click on the lock, and now you see it is green around that bow tie. I have unlocked it. So now I can go to that piece of art, and I can move it, get rid of it. I could move it somewhere on my page, or I could edit it. I could make it bigger or smaller if I wanted to. So that is how you change something on a template. I'm going to pop real quick over here. I'm going to go to where the pictures are on this card. I'm clicking on the left-hand side of the inside of the card. And as it opens it, you can see that here is where they have some photos. So what I'm going to do is come down here to the bottom where all the magic happens. I'm going to pull up this bottom tab. And down here you can see I have the My Photos tab. And I am going to click on 2013, and you can see some of my different albums right here. So I'm going to click on March 2013, because that's fairly recent. And you're going to see some pictures of my family pop up here. So what I'm going to do, remember everything in a template is locked. Click on it, it has that red around it. So if I want to swap out a picture, I'm going to click on the picture I want to swap out. I'm going to come down here to the picture I want to use, and I'm just simply going to drag it up and let it go. And see, it popped it right in there. Now, as you can tell, little Cameron's head is cut off, and that's just not acceptable. So I'm going to come up to my toolbox and open that up, and it knows that I'm working with an image. And so I'm going to click Adjust. And now what I can do is I can actually just come over here and drag it so that its placement is more of what I want. I can make it bigger and then drag him down so he's right in the middle of the picture. And when I have it the way I want it, I click Done, and there he is. So what I can do is just continue to swap out my pictures in that same manner. Drag and drop, and again, I would have to adjust this picture because it cut off poor Cassidy's head. So there we go. So that's how you swap out your picture. Now let's say I think this maybe needs some color. So I click on the background here, and I decide I'm going to go find some sort of a background to pop in here. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom, and 2 over from my photos is the art collection. I'm going to click on art collection, and I'm going to pull this up a minute just so you can get an idea here of the Heritage Makers art collection. Each one of these little squares, these thumbnails, is an entire collection of art. If you've ever been to a scrapbook store and you've gone in and you've seen collections of things that go together, each one of these little thumbnails is an entire collection. So for instance, I can click on this one here called My Dad Rocks, and it's going to pop up, and I'm going to see all of the different backgrounds that come in that specific collection, and I can just get an idea if it's something I may want to use. If I want to open it, I click on Open This Collection. If I don't, I just click off of it. You may wonder what the yellow is. The yellow is new or featured art for the month of May. So like I said before, we get new art every month in our collection. And so if you scroll down through our art collection, you're going to see how much art there is. And like I told you, there is more than 100,000 pieces of art. All those little green peas are telling you that that art you need a Premier membership for. And remember, that is the membership that you get free with Club HM. So I'm going to go back up to the top just to show you real quick how you can pop out that background. I'm going to go back to that My Dad Rocks, because that was kind of cute since this is a Father's Day card. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to click up there on the background, and I'm going to pick this little blue page, and I'm just going to slide this up and let it go just the way I did with my picture, and it popped that background right in there. So that's how you swap that out. Now let's say I want to get rid of something up here. Like I told you, to get rid of something, click on it, then go unlock it in your toolbar, and then just press delete, and it is gone. If you want to add something new, if you feel like this needs something else, I'm going to click the home button. It goes back to the beginning of the art collection. I'm going to click on Dad Rocks, which is one of our new collections, which has some neat stuff in it. And I'm going to find a piece of art to just drag up. And then whenever you drag something up, you can pull it. Now notice as I pulled that bigger, it started to get yellow and then orange. That means the print quality is decreasing. So that is especially important when you are working on pictures. Then if you want to add a text box, there's a box right for that. When you bring up your text and you go to your toolbox, that is where you will find all of your fonts. All of our different fonts are right here. You can pick the kids' font. I can make it large. I can make it a different color by clicking on the color. I can find any color on this box, or I can bring it over and match it to something on the page, which I like to do. So I can match it to this blue thing right there. And then just double click. Say like, we love you, Dad. If I want to put a color behind it, I click on the Effects tab, Fill Color, and again, I can match any color on the page. You can round your corners, all sorts of things. So that is just real quick how you can replace things out that are in a template. You can bring up your art. You can replace your photos, all sorts of things. When you are finished with your project, you are going to click Ready to Publish, and that means you are finished. and it will add it to your completed section, and then you can add it to your cart. So I'm going to go out of Studio real quick. The good news is I'm going to show you where on the main website, if you click the My Studio on the top of the page, this is the page that you come to right when you log in. Over here underneath this orange box, it says Studio Tutorials. This is an important place for you to get to know. When you click Tutorials, scroll down. Right here, there is a beginning Studio tutorial. It says Introduction to Studio. It is 40 minutes long, and that may seem like a long time, but it is going to show you way more than I just showed you, step by step, how to start from scratch, work from a template, lock and unlock, work with your text, work with different layers and things like that. So I suggest that everyone watch this class before they start their first project with Heritage Makers. It will save you time later on. Now, we have also classes every Thursday night, and you can see the one that they had tonight was Rockabye Baby. It was all custom baby gifts, birth announcements, and things. You can go on those calls live, but the great news is they archive them all right here on the recent classes area. So if you are looking to do a specific sort of project, for instance, last week, 2 weeks ago, they had Father's Day. So you can watch the video for that whenever you have a few minutes. Watch that class on Father's Day, and they will show you a bunch of different projects. They'll give you the template numbers so you can pull up those templates right away on the website. So that is really exciting. We are going to pop real quick back to learn exactly how we do our pricing with Heritage Makers, and we are almost done. Heritage Makers has a point value for every single thing that we sell. 1 point equals $1 if you were going to pay retail. So if you look at this page here and you see our storybooks, you can see the 12 by 12 storybook is circled, and it says that the 12 by 12 storybook is 70 points. So if $1 equals 1 point, that would be $70 retail. But we know that nobody likes to pay retail, especially us ladies. We like to get everything on sale. So we would never expect you to pay $70 for your storybook. So Heritage Makers has created their Club HM system to save you money. So what is Club HM? Club HM is a program that allows you to pre-purchase those points that can be used on whatever you want, because all of our projects have a point value. Club HM lets you pre-purchase those points at a discount. The more you buy, the more you save. It's sort of like a Groupon, if you've ever done one of those, where you pre-purchase something because you know you're going to use it and you get a discount on it. So because you join Club HM, we are going to give you that Premier account for free. That's normally $20 a month. So it is a great, great value for your money. Club HM is always, always your best deal on your projects. So how does it work? What you do is you decide which level works best for you. We have bronze, silver, and gold. So when you sign up for Club HM, it is a 3-month trial, because we know that it's going to take you a little bit of time to make your first projects. You're going to have to upload your photos, you're going to have to watch the tutorial, and start working on your projects. And your consultant is there to help you. You can call her anytime, text her, she will help you. She will even pop on the computer and help you if you're having a problem. That is one of the great things about our company, is that you get a consultant to help you every step of the way. Nothing is more frustrating than if you're making something on a website where you can't get a person to help you if you need customer service. I just had that situation this week with a website. I was having a problem, and they honestly have no phone customer service whatsoever. It's all email. So frustrating. So that is just one of the great things about our company, is we are here to help you through every step of the way. So what our club levels are is, for the bronze level, for $30, the company is going to give you 40 publishing points. So that's like you handing your bank $30 and them giving you back $40. That's awesome. You saved 25%, which basically means you bought each of those points that are usually $1 a point. You bought them for 75 cents a point. great thing about Club is that those points roll over each month. So that second month that you're on Club and you make your $30 payment, now you have 80 points in your account. And then, let's say you finish that 12 by 12 book that we just saw was 70 points. You have 80 points in your account. So when you get to checkout, guess what? You don't have to pay anything but your shipping. It's just going to deduct those 70 points from the 80 that you had, and then your book is going to come to you in the mail. That's awesome. I love being at checkout and not having to pay anything. So exciting. Our points don't expire for 2 whole years. So as those points roll over, if you don't use them all right away, it's okay. Your points are not going to go anywhere. Projects are not going to go anywhere. We're going to save them for you exactly the way they are. And if you need to go off Club after your first 3 months for any reason, you can later come back on, publish even when you're not on Club. It is a really user-friendly way to save money on every single thing that you make with Heritage Makers. So if you are someone that knows right off the top of your head that you have things that you would like to make, you would like to make some gifts for Father's Day perhaps, you would like some canvases for your home, some projects, storybooks, things coming up for Christmas especially, Club HM is for you, because for just a tiny, tiny investment each month, you have points in your account every month that you can publish. You can publish every month. I almost see it sort of like a layaway sometimes, because we have some customers that go on Club HM and just stay on Club HM until Christmas time so that they don't have to spend any money out of pocket at Christmas, because they know that at Christmas they're going to make calendars and storybooks and all sorts of things at Christmas time. It is a really good deal because it gives you that premier access for free as a Club HM member and savings on every single thing that you purchase. And an awesome deal is that when you first sign up for Club HM, the very first time, the company offers a sign-up special where you can get 100 publishing points. That's 100 publishing dollars for half off, for just $50. So that is an add-on to one of the Club HM levels. So if you were looking at the bronze level and you see that for $30 you get 40 points, if you add that sign-on special, then right the first day you sign up, for $80, the 30 plus the 50 sign-up, you have 140 publishing points in your account right off the bat for $80. That's a great deal. So you can pop in there in your account. You can start making a large canvas, storybooks, all sorts of things right away. Now I'm going to go back real quick to that slide that had all the points, because now you can see the 3 columns that are next to the point value are showing you what your actual price was if you were a Club HM member. So if you look at that 12 by 12 storybook again that is circled, and you see that that is 70 points when you publish, if you were one of our Club HM members, you did not spend $70 since you bought your points at a discount. You only spent $52.50 for that book. That is a value that you cannot get anywhere else. A hardbound storybook that is printed on 100-pound paper. We have metal stitched bindings, heirloom guarantee, over 100,000 pieces of digital art to use from. That is an amazing value. And if you had gotten that sign-up special, actually, you actually got a better deal than that. You paid less than $52.50. So Club HM is always, always, always a great deal. So how can you earn absolutely free publishing? You can host a Heritage Makers party or Heritage Makers workshop. If you know some friends or family that you think might be interested in Heritage Makers, and pretty much everyone loves it because taking pictures is the #1 hobby, then you can schedule either an in-home workshop or a workshop somewhere else that has Wi-Fi, like a Panera or a Starbucks, and just invite your friends there, a studio demo with a smaller group, or an online class the way we're doing now. And you can be the hostess of that online class and get free publishing for it. Most of our hostesses earn $50 to $150 in free publishing when they host a Heritage Makers event. The best deal and the best product that we have to offer is the Heritage Makers business. I love, love, love being a Heritage Makers consultant, and not only because I get an extra 15% off at checkout. That certainly helps. but I get an amazing income for a small time investment, and I just can't even say enough about how much I love this company. I can throw my whole self behind the mission and the heart of this company to strengthen home and family. I love going out and sharing this with other people. So that is actually our very best product that we have to offer you, is the Heritage Makers business. We do have two different ways you can sign up. You can sign up for as low as $159. So if you are interested in all, please ask your consultant that invited you to this call for some information about being a consultant. It may just be the best thing that you've ever done. So the choice is yours. How do you want to get started? Do you want to join Club HM and save, host a party, or become a consultant? Let us know. We will follow up with you after this call and find out what are the sort of things that you want to make with Heritage Makers, and we will find the very, very best way for you to get started. Remember, you can go right online yourself, and you can go ahead and start your own basic account, and then when your consultant calls you, she can help you get signed up for Club HM. You can join the club right there on the website, but if you want that extra sign-on deal, the 100 points, $50, you do have to go through a consultant for that deal. We are the only ones that can give you that extra 50% off discount. And that is just telling you what I just said. So thank you so much for joining our webinar tonight. If you have any questions, you can type a question in the question box and raise your little hand figure there on the side of the screen, and I can either answer your question right here on the call, or I will be able to get back with you later with your questions. But again, thank you so much for attending our call tonight. Again, I apologize for some of the background noise, but that is just the way life goes here with 6 little people running around. But thank you so much. And for those of you who we met this weekend in Nashville, we just truly appreciated meeting you, and we had a wonderful time. And I hope that you have a very blessed evening. Thank you so much. Good night.